Hello. I no longer have a sling. Can you believe it? This is me without a sling. I have two hands. Having two hands is amazing. Not to cause any offence to one-handed people, but when you're used to having two, it's good to get them back. So I'm now 8 weeks post-surgery. I had my 6-week checkup 2 weeks ago, and that's when I finally got the sling off. They x-rayed me, everything had stayed in place, and I'm really pleased about that. So I will show you what my scar looks like. There she is. I think that's an okay scar. I'm not too concerned about the scarring, really. I think a lot of people have given me advice on how to make the scar fade, like what oils to rub in it and such, but I'm not really too fussed about it, to be honest. It'll just fade in time to something white, and I think it's pretty cool, to be honest. It's my battle wound. The scar's fine. It doesn't really feel painful to the touch anymore. Not that I was touching it, but you know what scars are like. I will show you what my arm looks like straight next to my body. I still don't have a fully straight arm, but it has gained a fair amount of extension. So you can see it's not totally straight, but if we compare it to my other side, it's not like people go around holding their arms perfectly straight anyway. Like, if I wanted to straighten this arm, it would be like that. But that causes tension and no one does that. So, really, I'm quite pleased with that amount of extension, to be honest. So, I hope that I get more, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if that's where the extension stops. At my 6-week checkup, though, I was informed that my goddamn physio was giving me the wrong exercises. It's pretty typical. The hospital which diagnosed this incorrectly in the first place is the one that's giving me the wrong physio exercises. I'm not getting my physio at the same hospital that I got my surgery at because it's too far and I can't do that. The physio was, there were a couple of exercises that involved me, like, doing this with my arm. That was to kind of make sure I didn't get a weak shoulder, and apparently I can't do anything like that with this arm because of my lateral ligaments that are getting reconstructed, because that's just quite a lot of pressure to be putting on that arm. Another thing that I was not meant to be doing at this stage of my recovery was letting my arm stretch out straight for 20 minutes, which is what he was telling me to do. And yeah, apparently just not meant to do that, and he read the physio protocol wrong, which is quite annoying. So yeah, don't do those exercises if you are recovering from a radial head replacement and ligament reconstruction. I think the ligament reconstruction is key here. I think that really does change the kind of exercises that I can do, and it's why you shouldn't be following me for physio exercise advice ideas, because I mean, the last video, they're not right, so don't do those things if you've had a ligament reconstruction, and go and see your own physio if you can. Obviously, it's quite a privilege to get physio for free here in the UK, but as proven, it's not actually always that great because they'll tell you the wrong thing. The exercises I'm doing at the moment I quite enjoy, in a weird way, mainly because I'm feeling like I'm finally getting some gains. The swelling has gone down significantly on my arm. I still don't have any pain, really. Sometimes like a little twinge, but really this has been surprisingly pain-free, this whole process. The reason why I like the physio exercises that I'm doing at the moment is because I put my hand on my elbow and I can really feel how the elbow moves. It's actually really hard to tell when your elbow is moving. That's quite an odd thing to explain unless you've had something wrong with your elbow, but you really need to kind of feel the bones within it and then sense how it's moving. When I put my hand on the end of my elbow, I seem to get more flexation and more extension simply because I'm kind of able to push myself a little bit more in a pain-free way, because it feels like I'm opening up a normal elbow. Yeah, so I'm still straightening it out and doing that flexation exercise. I'm also doing my supination and pronation while I'm in that position at a 90-degree angle. I like this exercise as well because really it means that my shoulder's not playing any part in doing the twisting, and I'm really just focusing on the supination and pronation. My supination and pronation are still pretty good. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's gone so far. I have one more appointment. Maybe I have more appointments after this next appointment, but I've got another appointment in a week, where I guess maybe they x-ray me again or just do me a final checkup, make sure everything's okie dokie. But yeah, I'm super pleased with it so far. I will stress though that I'm not fully better or fully recovered, even though it's 8 weeks past recovery. As I've said repeatedly, recovery is a long time. I think it takes like 9 months to a year to properly recover from this. So my elbow still does not feel like my elbow. I still can't put weight on my elbow. Still not carrying heavy things with my arm. And I'm still not returned to my normal level of physical activity. Mentally, I'm definitely on the up. Last video I was quite annoyed and upset about still being in the sling. It's quite a mental challenge when you're immobilised and you can't do the things that you want to do. But now I can do this with like most things, I mean, except for physical activity kind of stuff. But I guess I just feel like I've got a bit more independence. It's not so much of like a mental strain, and there's less of a having to think things through before I do stuff, like wanting to go to the shops and then having to like have one arm and then like you can only carry a few things, can't really carry a basket, so you've got to work that all out. Then if you want to like go on the train or visit people, you've got to time your physio and all of that kind of stuff. I'm still doing my physio every 1 to 2 hours, but it's not as much of a hassle because I don't have to get a table to slide my arms up and down on. I'm just doing it on my back. It just, I don't have to unsling myself every time. So that's nice. So I will continue to keep you updated with my progress and such. I've read a lot of your comments, all of your comments, because I don't have that many comments, but it's interesting to see how many other people are going through the same thing. I hope we all get better, and maybe we probably won't return to our perfect elbows as they once were, but really it's made me appreciate all my other joints so much. Like, love this one, love my shoulder, love my knee, love my ankle. They're all working so well, and I never really appreciated them before, so that's good. And I think another important thing is, even though I'm loving all my other working joints, I still love my left elbow. That's something psychologically important. I give my left elbow a little tap and I say, you're all right, even though you are a bit fucked up with loads of metal and plastic in you. Like, you're okay. You want to stay in touch with your elbow and kind of speak to it in a way and keep a line of communication going with it. This sounds really weird, but follow me. You need to stay in touch with your elbow and not just like dismiss it as this kind of scarred, broken thing, because that's how you work out if something else is wrong or if something like isn't really working with your elbow. You want to kind of keep a connection with it. So I'm very in tune with my left elbow. She lets me know when to not do silly things. So, yeah, I think my next video will hopefully be on strengthening exercises. This whole bit has no muscle on this arm, and I hope that I get some exercises to muscle myself up again. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.